perspective. Today we start the new year with an NFC matchup out west, as it'll be the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Seattle Seahawks. A new season of NFL football is here, and we're off in 2023 on EA Sports. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line.
They run with a second-year man. It's Kenneth Walker. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down. He was tackled at the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll fake it. Now Smith. That's to the rookie Jackson Smith-Njigba. And he's got... right at midfield. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
One down, only about 500 more to go this season. He would certainly welcome most of his passes this year going as well as that. Now that the first one is over, time to settle into a groove and begin the long journey towards Week 18 and hopefully the playoffs.
That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Second down and 3. On second down, it's Walker. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. And complete to Smith and Jigba. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. 25 yards there on the catch and run. This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
Smith here, and audible at the line. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he finds Lockett in the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Seahawks are on the board here first in the season opener. Excellent start there. First drive of the season. Big-time success putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you get game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution right there.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 21. Now the 4th-year man, it's Cam Akers. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. But now he appears to be in some pain. Boy, fingers crossed here. First quarter of a new season, already an injury. And while they attend to him, we'll step aside. They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's second down now.
Well, this one, CD, an interesting one to start the season in the NFC West. A lot of people think that this is the 49ers division to lose, but you caution not so fast.
Remember Seattle 2022? A playoff team, and the Rams, they took a dip, but renewed sense of purpose. Renewed sense of...
Oh, his first throw of the season is intercepted. Picked off by Quadway Diggs. Inside the 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, we went from scoreless to 13-0 in a hurry. First their offense had the touchdown, and now the defense comes through with one.
You can't get a better 1-2 punch than that. Off a touchdown offense by getting one on defense. If they keep that effort up, you'll take the other sideline out of this one very quickly.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive.
And one of the things we like to hit on every year are the new rule changes. And we got a few for 2023. A lot are procedural, having to do with deadlines and roster construction and such. But two...
Oh, another ball up for grabs here, and this one is intercepted. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon.
Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
Smith's throw into the hands of Lockett. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 16 for number 16.
Lockett is a beacon of consistency for the Seahawks offense. His last 4 seasons, he's reached 1,000 yards, had at least 8 touchdowns, and only once has he had more than 2 drops. Continues to be underrated, but not by defense.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. I think this defense, Charles, realizing the deficit they're facing, they're going to have to step up and make more plays like we just saw there.
Yeah, those are the type of plays that can focus a defense because, as we know, they've had their trouble so far in this one. But they just proved to themselves that they can get to it. I expect them to continue to bring that type of pressure in order to try and turn around their fortunes.
First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
The deuce is wild here. Second down and 2 with just about 2 minutes on the clock. Walker trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1.
Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal. Again, Walker, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package, and that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Well, let's see where they turn on third and goal from...
And he's across the track into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks.
Kenneth Walker.
A 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Seahawks are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 21-0. for a start. 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
On 2nd and 10, Stafford. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. So now Stafford and the Rams after the sack. They're staring up at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Boye Mafe providing a little deja vu. Back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. 21-0 our score after 1. Here comes the Rams punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Now it's Lockett. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
Now 2nd and 9. Geno now to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Walker. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. The Rams go nickel here defensively on 3rd. From the gun, here's Smith. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. And the Rams are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. After the interception, here's Stafford. Flush to his right. He throws it on the move but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
Here's 2nd and 10. From the 50, it's Stafford. And this is going to be incomplete.
Another incompletion there. That's 5 in a row now to start this game. He's got to take a deep breath now, step back, shake it off a little bit, trust his offensive line, and hope that his play caller dials up something that can give him a completion and get him going.
On Stafford for the third time is intercepted. Picked up by Devin Witherspoon. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. Well, there are several factors at play for why they face this deficit right now, Charles. But that's now 3 interceptions that he has thrown and just giving the football away pretty careless here in the opening half.
Yeah, I know that all of our parents taught us to share as youngsters. But in this game, you don't want to share with the other team. Keep it for yourself. Keep it for your team. Got to cut down on all of those throws, those errant passes, if they hope to get back into this game.
On second down, here's Smith. That's caught over the middle by Fant. And they got it inside the 10 at the 8. Sets him up nicely. First and goal. It was a pickup of 14.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a first and goal.
Now it's Smith off the bootleg. He'll buy some time right. Going right back to Fant. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Back to throw, Smith. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Aaron Donald with a sack.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
Now Smith on third and goal. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. And the Rams are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 6-yard line.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, first and 10. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
On the pickup. Second and 6 at the 9-yard line.
Stafford. That'll be caught. It's Cup. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. A gain there of 30 big ones.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
He'll take it past the 40 to the 41, second down. Second down and 8. Throwing is Stafford. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
On third down, here's a run by Akers. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. Ethan Evans on now to punt. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say that great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not playing at that level and not at that age. But I remember looking over at it, and he was
smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. To throw on second down is Smith. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I know all players are taught from drive to drive, from series to series, let that go, right? Only focus on the down. But when that ball was tipped in the air, there's no way they weren't thinking about the interception that was thrown on the previous drive. Could this turn into a second one? And if it did, that could...
It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, 60 yards. And the Seahawks are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Myers connects on the PAT. And a rout is on here in this first half. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. Play action. Stafford. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
After the interception, here's Smith. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Well, they certainly knew their challenge as this series began, and they got to stop on play number 1. Goal now, get 2 more stops and limit the damage to a field goal.
On 2nd and 10, Smith. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Rams are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Stafford's throw pulled in by Robinson here. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now they got to get to the line quickly. On 1st and 10, Stafford. That's into the hands of Akers, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. On 1st down at Stafford. Going up top for Kupp. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A.
Cooper Kupp 36 yards. And the Rams get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it's now a 28-7 ball game. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. Dwayne Eskridge elects to bring it out. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the...
And now off to the races, down the right side, inside the 20. And all the way in, touchdown, Seattle. Ken Walker in the final seconds of the first half. And the Seahawks will extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Now Myers for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. 4 seconds, all that remain here in this first half as the kick gets away. And this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. Meanwhile, Stafford's throw here hauled in by Kupp. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. The slot man in motion right. Second down, they'll go with Akers again. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
It's a gain of 20. And the Rams first down.
Now a first down throw. Stafford. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And At this point in the game, and the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
So now Stafford and the Rams after the sack. They're starting up at a 3rd and long. Now they're audible to something else.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And now here's another interception.
Picked up by Devin Witherspoon. And the Seahawks force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
They had the big halftime lead. Their defense just helped them out further by forcing the turnover, so things are starting to look pretty rosy.
They certainly are, but they've got to be careful about getting complacent, though. They still need to go out and run their offense efficiently.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Smith.
Left side, he finds Smith and Jigba.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
Smith.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Up the middle, here's Walker.
And he'll get it down to the play to the 37. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Off of play action, here's Smith. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
A good job in coverage there. They took away his top read on the play, so he went through his progressions and ended up settling on his running back who scored on their last possession, but the coverage held. It goes incomplete.
Out of the gun, Walker with it.
And some nice running, going to get him down close to a 1st down at the Rams' 28. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard.
And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown.
A great play there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Seahawks have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Well, CD, I mean, simply put, if anyone around the league wasn't paying attention to them to start this season, they will be heading into Week 2. This has been an impressive Week 1 performance.
They've certainly announced that they are ready to go, haven't they? They wanted to send a message out to the rest of the league. You better put your eyes on us. We may be someone you have to reckon with.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. That's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
That's out to the flat for Akers.
And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3, it leaves him with 4th and 1. Here we go on 4th. Stafford. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Kobe Bryant.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception roles they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. As confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers.
There he goes, left side.
How about this? He's to the 10.
Touchdown, LA.
Cam Akers.
81 yards.
And the Rams are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago.
Play action. It's Smith.
And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener.
Now Gino.
Over the middle, finding Smith and Jigba.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
13 yards on the play. And the Seahawks.
Now Gino on first down. He's got his big tight end, Fant.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10.
They'll run the toss to Walker. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football, and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock, and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners, keep moving it, keep grinding clock.
A false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on second down. Throwing now. Completes this to Walker. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. So third down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Back to throw, Smith. Eluding the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
From the red zone now, Smith. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Geno down to throw.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference to see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
Myers' kick is good, and that will extend the lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter. 110 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
The offense on third down tonight, it's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. They get 9 yards there, and they get a first down.
Well, let's be honest about the whole thing. When you're looking for a reliable set of hands on third down, the first thought is often not fullback. But that's who they turn to there, and he does a nice job of securing the football and picking up the first down.
A quick throw caught by Kupp out wide.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10.
First down, Los Angeles.
Again, it's Stafford. Man open is Robinson. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Now, fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And quickly, they get to the line. Stafford now to throw. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Kobe Bryant. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest.
After the interception, here's Smith. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Well, up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have.
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by Casey Hayward. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back into 36.
Taken down for the fifth time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. So now Stafford and the Rams after the sack. And they're staring up at a 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Open man right side is cut complete. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. They snap it to Stafford. Here's a diving catch right side. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
Stafford and that Rams offense, they're going to stay out there and go for 2.
They'll try and throw for it. Flushed out right. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and 8. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st. Here's Smith. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. This will be caught. The carnage continues. It's another touchdown. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week one. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week one. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want, but there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, two sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. Touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Looking underneath, he's got Akers.
And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. That is caught. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Now, no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To the air again, Stafford. Flush to his right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
Now, this was not just the opener of a brand-new season, but this was a division game here in Week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for the Seahawks, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for L.A., they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.